Hello there guys, it's me, Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 11 of Stellaris. I'm just retrofitting my fleet to take the energy weapons off them and put kinetic weapons on them, because hopefully that will make us do a little bit more damage against these guys, who we intend to try and take over and use them as a vassal. It'll make us a little bit stronger and reduce some of our immediate competition from neighbours, because we are sort of getting squeezed in a little bit by the guys on either side, which I don't like too much, especially this cheeky little system grab down here, right on my sort of western borders. Again, if you can actually have such a thing as west in space, especially when you can sort of rotate the map around all over the place. But quite a good little view of the galaxy going on. We can get rid of some of those icons if I just hold down Alt. You can remove those, by the way, with this little toggle down here. I like to have that turned on because for me, knowing where the resources are is the important thing. But if the map's a little bit too crowded for you, you can turn all that off and you only see the icons for stuff that you're actually getting. Let me just go quickly pause up there because something has happened, and that is a science completing. We can now remove these sinkholes. Fantastic. We don't have the option now to remove the other ones, which is a little bit of a problem. Let's work on that regenerative hull tissue. It's going to take a while, but it seems like it's really worth getting. In the meantime, let's go to some of these planets that do have those annoying tiles that are blocking them. We can afford to remove them, so let's get them cleared. More importantly, it is on this planet. Let's get the one that's 2 energy credits, and let's get that one an energy credit and minerals. There we go. Okay, so that's fine. What have we got going on here? We've got an inactive building, which is this one because there's nobody working it. That is fine. We can probably move you to it. There we go. So that'll increase the minerals output on that planet. At least it should increase the mineral output on that planet. Yeah, minerals plus 10% across the Empire. Empire minerals modifier plus 10%. So that should be quite nice. So we're just waiting for these ships to be upgraded. They're 40% done. And then we'll think about actually going in to attack. We're still not at our force limit yet either. So we could definitely go and build another couple of corvettes. Or more than that if we wanted to. We've already got very, very powerful fleet. Let's just have a quick look at the surface again here. You'll see now that we've got some buildings that we can upgrade, including these science buildings that we built. So if we take the one that has the increased physics research, because there was already +1 physics research there when we started. So what we can do is we can upgrade this one. But we're going to upgrade this one to... In fact, we don't have the one we want. There's one that would give us an extra... physics, so we'll leave that one. But let's go to this one. This one is giving us 2 society research. So if we upgrade this one to a biolab, now it says 121. The current building is a basic science lab, which is 111, but we're getting 121 because there was 1 society research base already. So if we build a biolab, it'll be 131. The same goes for this one down here that is giving us 112. If we upgrade this one to an engineering facility, we'll get 113. So it's going to improve our tech output. Another science vessel done. Don't need to be paused for this. Let's go ahead and start surveying these systems. And if that's one safe, you can go and survey that one as well. So we're literally just waiting on our fleets at the moment so we can go in here and try and attack these guys. I might have to play a little bit defensively because we never know where their fleet is going to try and warp in. I might be better off being somewhere sort of central.
System survey complete.
It is a little bit problematic that it does take me a little while to get anywhere. Warp is good because you can practically travel between any 2 stars. But at the same time, it's actually quite slow. And that's the terrible thing about it, really. So we do have to be a little bit careful. We've upgraded all of these spaceports, by the way. So maybe we want to build some more stuff on these. It's certainly worth having solar panel networks on a few of them. But not necessarily all of them. Any of them having problems with food? You're not going to have any problems with food. You're an arid world. Now, did we get food on you? You've got food already. Oh, we've already got the solar panel network queued up. Now, did we say you were going to have problems with food? You're an arid world. I guess it wouldn't hurt for you to have some extra food. So let's go for the hydroponics. So negotiations for appointing a new dictator are underway. So we're about to have a vote. Now the way this basically works, if we just pause up there, it does differ slightly depending on the nation that you are playing as, and even some of your scientists can be voted in. Like here, for example, Lucas Campbell can be elected in, and all of these people have sort of different things that they can do and different things that they want you to do. Now if I wanted to, I could select one of these guys and spend 200 of my influence to elect that person. So like for example, if we got this guy in, we would have cheaper mining networks, cheaper mining station built, cheaper construction. Same for this one. Having an extra 10% research speed would be really nice, a scientific leap. I'd like to leave Lucas kind of on the ship because he's getting involved in the events. So we'll go and elect this guy. So we've elected that ruler. If we didn't choose one, it would pick one at random for us. But it gives us the option to be able to pick one for ourselves. One of our ships is evading a hostile fleet that's over there. That is rather unfortunate. See, these guys are really blobbing out with their outposts around here. But we can go ahead and check out some of these other systems. This one's probably not too important because they're about to expand there. Although, if we can go and check it out, we would like to survey that system and then just start trying to survey these systems before we get completely blocked. We do have civilian access though, so we can get around there quite nicely. We're still upgrading our ships. They're at 90%, so they're almost done. Our leader has gained a level. Foundation Afro has leveled up. That's Foundation Afro the second, who is our governor on Chikora. So he's keeping everybody happy and reducing construction time. He's also increasing the engineering, physics and science output, which is really good. This planet doesn't have a huge amount of food.
Ships upgraded.
We could go ahead and upgrade this, actually. We can upgrade it to a power plant, which will give us even more output. So our ships have been upgraded now. So if we take a look at these, we can see that they're now actually using the mass drivers, which is exactly what we want them to do. It makes them a little bit stronger. And we need to make sure that we... Well, I guess we don't need to go any more above our sort of current limit. We are building a few more up, but we've certainly got a big enough military here. So let's go ahead and move out to a neighbouring planet. Oh no, we are also moving our construction ship here, which we don't want to do. You actually want to go and upgrade and then go away. We also need to upgrade the science ships as well. So I'm going to move my military fleet out of the main system, because that way, at least if they jump in, I might be able to sort of catch them out. We want to try and catch their fleet. That's the important thing here. So we'll get out of the system. And then we're going to go and declare war. Now, they're still inferior to us. We know that their fleet is quite weak. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and speak to them. And we are going to declare war. Now, declaring war in Stellaris is a little bit like declaring war in EU4 and CK2. It's probably closer to CK2 because in EU4 you use a CB, a casus belli, to decide what you're going to go to war about, but you can pretty much take anything you want in the peace deal. So you might want to declare a war over a particular province, but then you can go and take multiple provinces or completely vassalize them or break them apart. There's a myriad of different things you can do. But the CB you use determines how much war score it costs and things like that. So this is probably closer to Crusader Kings 2, where you have to declare your intentions at the start, because when you peace out, you can only peace out for the reason you went to war. And it actually tells you what the war score is for all of those available options. So I could get them to try and cede a planet, or I could liberate a planet that they've taken from somebody else. Or try and liberate a planet and make it into an independent planet. Or we can try and vassalize them, which is what I want to do. It's going to cost 60 war score. So we're going to go ahead and drag that over onto our side. That's how we decide what we want to do. We could go for multiple things, I think. Yeah, so what we could do is we could say, right, we want you to cede a planet to us and become our vassal at the same time. But that means we'd have to get 85 war score. The question is, are there any planets that we want them to cede to us? Well, no, they only have 4. They're all pretty crap, so I'm not bothered about that too much. We can see down here at the bottom that the Arisan Directorate is the only people we would be going to war against, so they don't have any allies. They're not in an alliance or a federation, so there's nobody else that we are going to have to fight against. So it's literally just going to be these guys. So let's go ahead and confirm. We're now at war. They have gone red. We considered you friends, Knorr. You did indeed consider us friends, but I'm screwing you over, basically, long and short of it. So let's go ahead and unpause the game. I want to see what they do. They're probably going to move their fleets in. They may try and attack one of our planets,
System survey
or they may not do an awful lot at all. But I want to try and be on the defensive. This is one of the other problems that you can actually have. Oh, you're moving off automatically. One of the other problems that you can have is it's easier to defend than it is to attack. Because when you're attacking, not only are you going up against the enemy's fleet, you're also going up against any potential defense platforms or space stations they have in orbit, which are all capable of firing at you, which is not a good thing. So what I want to be able to do is try and take them in my territory where we can. There we go. They've actually jumped in here with their fleet. It's exactly what I expected them to do. So we're going to go and move in over here. Let's keep our eye on this. So they're probably going to go in and attack our station, which is completely understandable. Now we do have a couple of ships there that are getting in combat. Our construction ships actually in combat here as well, which is not a good thing. Can't actually get him out of there, but this is actually fine. I don't even care that much if I lose the construction ship. We're producing a few more. Right, they've actually jumped out now. They actually got nervous and jumped out. Now that means they will have taken some damage. Did our construction ship survive that? You did take some damage. You need to go and repair. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our fleet, and we're now. I'm going to assume that they've jumped back to their home world to repair. It's normally what they would do. So we're going to go over there and do that. Our construction ship actually flew towards them to try and get away from them. If you'd like to sort of go back to our own spaceport, that could be fantastic.
Anomaly found.
We'll research that. So they did take a little bit of damage with their fleet, but then they warped out.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Oh, did we just engage them, or did they just warp out again? No, they do have a few mining stations and things here. Which is interesting, because this is actually my... why are these hostile? These are mine. There's definitely a little bug going on here. This is... oh no, it's in their territory now. That used to be in my territory, but it's now in theirs. Look at that. Their borders have actually pushed out. You've got to go where this little hexagon is, because it's a 3D map, so it's difficult to tell. But if we look directly from above, it's actually in their system. That's a pain. Well, I'm not going to go and destroy those. That's not what my intention is. I just want to go over here. I'm not bothered about destroying those at all. I don't even know why it's automatically put me into combat. It's a little bit annoying. I just want you guys to move out.
System survey complete.
If you insist on destroying the mining station, I mean, that's a little bit of an annoying thing, but what can I do about it? So, okay, let's get you... that's a black hole, so it's probably going to have something nasty there as well. Let's go and... are you really going to go and destroy that mining station? Bear in mind, this is a mining station that I bought, that I built. I'm not going to retreat, because if I retreat, all of my ships will take damage, so we'll just end up having to destroy the mining station. So, let's go and do that.
Situation log updated.
Okay, brilliant. So before you get involved in anything else, yeah, get over there and see if we can intercept their fleet. In the meantime, we're also going to go back to our home world, and we're going to build up a few more corvettes, just so we've got a little bit of a defensive fleet. They're going to get wrecked if they get attacked, but the point is it will actually slow their attack down. That's what we want. Slow their attack down, and then it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so we've got a hostile fleet here. And, yep, they are building up a fleet. Definitely got a fleet here. There's a lot of stuff to engage. There's another fleet over here, so they've got quite a few units. We also want to try and take out their wormhole, if possible. But, let's go ahead and start taking out their fleet. They're probably going to move all of their units together. Why can't I even see... Are we actually in the middle of all of this? Couldn't even see it going on. Right, they've got no leader. Our shields should be absorbing a lot of the damage from their energy weapons. We are doing a lot of damage with our ballistic weapons. Yeah, we'll research that. We're actually taking a fair bit of damage here. We are having to deal with this defense platform as well, which is causing some problems. This is a pretty epic space battle that's going on. We're losing a lot of ships. There we go. If we can take the, what have we got here? Oh, we failed to do the anomaly research. We're taking out their defense platform. Once that's gone down, we'll be a lot stronger. Now they're starting to try and bring their forces home, which means we're blowing them all up. Our admiral leveled up, which is fantastic. Let's just pause up. And what I'd like to do is go and destroy their warp place over here. Because if we destroy that, it makes it a lot more difficult for them to reinforce. Because they have to use these wormholes to jump from system to system. So it doesn't have any defensive capabilities, so it's just going to get wrecked. So now we're going to take these guys and we're going to go over here to the planet. So we're going to show you guys now how we actually take down a planet. We'll also bring a science ship over here at some point. In fact, where's the Githian? You can go home and upgrade, and we'll use you to go and get all of these bits of debris. So we're going to the planet now. If we actually look at the planets, we need to look at the armies bit here. So what you'll see is there are planetary fortifications. So this planet is well fortified. Damage dealt to defending armies will be decreased. Oh, damage dealt to defending armies will be decreased by 89%, and fortifications reduce orbital bombardment. So what this basically means is what have we got going on here? Yeah, I'm not bothered about you at all. So what this basically means here is while they have fortifications, if I was to land any of my armies on this planet, then my armies would be very ineffective. And that actually works out quite nicely. We'll make sure we keep bombarding. So what we're trying to do here is we want to bombard as much as possible. Now, I can go ahead and change this. I can change my bombardment to a heavier bombardment. But I think we're doing well enough here. We've got another... Yeah, they've got a few ships. I think they're just building ships one at a time and literally just suiciding them into me. That is fine. You are unemployed. Well, why don't you go and move to that tile then where there are gems. You can be upgraded, so let's go ahead and do that. We've definitely lost a few ships, so while we do have some money in the bank, let's go to the spaceport and make sure that we build a few more corvettes, put them in the queue. Okay. So these guys are going to come in and get wrecked again. I, again, don't mind that. So what we want to do is do as much damage as possible. Well, in the meantime, we still need to carry on doing all of our exploring and stuff. So if you'd be good enough to survey that system, and then if it's safe, survey that one as well. Okay. Let's go back to our main fleet. These guys are going to engage and get wiped out again. We've finished the research on coil guns. That is fantastic. What do we want to do now? Let's get the deep core mining done. I'll be able to get some more minerals. Although there's been a couple of times where we've really managed to stockpile minerals, it doesn't take long to run out of them. Now, it is possible when you declare war, because you declare war for a very specific purpose. It is sometimes possible that the person you're declaring... Let's say I declare war and say, I'm declaring war over a particular planet. I want you to cede this planet to me. It's quite possible that they will just agree and say, well, okay, have the planet and we won't go to war. So you can actually do that. It can happen. So we'll just carry on. We need to try and get rid of these fortifications as much as possible. Now, another thing that happens when you're bombarding is you can kill civilians. You can actually reduce the population on the planet. Now, that's not happening at the moment because our ground support stance is light. The light stance will cause 0.3 damage to the planet's fortifications each day, multiplied by the supporting fleet size. So we have fleet size is 23, so that's 23 times 0.3.
Construction complete.
And there's a 5% chance each month that a pop is killed, but defending armies won't regenerate. Now what we could do, and I'll just pause it before I do it, we could change our ground support to limited. Limited will do 0.4 damage each day, and it has a 10% chance that a pop is killed, and a 10% chance that a building is ruined. Now you might not necessarily want to use that, because if you want to actually take a system for yourself, you don't want to destroy the buildings on the planet, you don't want to kill the pot. Now the only choices there are limited and light. There is an option under policies where you can change orbital bombardment to full. You do have to have the militarist ethic to do it, but it allows you to change it up to one that does even more damage. So we don't need to worry too much about that. Before we end this video, though, I would like to try and get this war over. So we're going to continue to try and bombard this planet while they continue to send in ships one at a time that I don't think are actually doing any damage. Simply because they don't even get through my shields, and by the time they send another ship, my shields have regenerated. So we'll keep looking here. They don't have a spaceport at the moment. We destroyed that. Who have we lost? Oh no! David has died. That's terrible. There's Lucas. Science ship Githian. David has died. We need to hire a new scientist. Survey speed. Well, survey speed is always good. We could get one with better industry. That'd be pretty cool. But no, you will do. You're on the Githian. I've lost you already. There you are. And you are going to be the new David Zane. Because I don't have enough patron supporters to keep coming up with new names. Okay, so we're probably actually going to finish this war on the next video, given how things are going on. But that shouldn't be too bad. Things are going quite well. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Stellaris. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.